Welcome to another Mitch Fits video. Today we've got the Pro Sport coilover for the T7 and the Transit Gen 2. We're going to show you how to install these. Are you ready? First thing we'll do, take the wheels off. You can see you've got 6 wheel nuts now, instead of the 5 on a T5 to T6.1. So yeah, let's get into it. So with the wheel off, first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the electrical wiring. You've got a couple of bits on the passenger side, and then the driver side there's just one. That is a plastic clip. It's just like a Christmas tree clip sort of thing where you just pull it out. So I've grabbed a T45 and there's a bolt to secure in this cable bracket in the brake hoses. So undo that on the strut. It's not too tight, it's just nipped up. And that will then free off the bracket and the cable guide. Next up, 18mm for the drop link. These normally just whiz off, this one is not. Next up, 24mm socket. Undo the nut. The bolt has got splines into the hub, so you can't actually spin the bolt. And then what we need, you can see here you've got a an area where it's designed to be tapped. So if you get a hammer, you'll be able to tap these out. So as you can see, they are splined. So the idea is you'll refit those. You may have mushroomed this slightly, but you can just clean it up. But that's the idea of having that area there so you can hit on it. Repeat on the other side. So now we're on to the top mount. Now the top mounts are behind the battery and then right buried up in there. So to gain access, you are pretty much like this to get to it. I found with the Transits, take the headlight out on the driver's side, sorry. Take the headlight out and you'll get so much more access. So I'm gonna take the headlight out this side and I can just about get around the battery and do it comfortably. Whereas in here it's a bit tight to get my arm in. So as mentioned, because it's a Transit, we can take the headlights out. I've not seen the T7 yet, so I don't know if it's going to be just as easy, but we'll see when we get one. But I'm going to take the 5 T25 screws out of this top of the grille, and then it will give me access to the 2 T30s for the headlight. With the top section of grille removed, you can now undo the T30s. There is just 2, and then you've got a wiring plug against the scuttle tray. And then the plug is just here. You can see now there's so much more access. I can get my arm in where the headlight would be to get to those. So it does speed up the process quite significantly. So with the 3 top mount nuts now removed, you can take the strut out. So with your spring compressors now installed and nice and tight, you can undo your top mount. So we're reusing the original bump stop, we're reusing the original dust cover and bearing. As you can see, the spring has writing on it. Make sure the writing is facing up, so you will have it this way around on the vehicle. So what we'll do, pop the spring in place, get it to locate into the spring isolator nicely, and then pop your dust cover on with your bearing attached to it. So you can get away with not needing spring compressors on this. As you can see, the piston is just coming through the bearing, and when we get the top mount on, it's sort of, I don't know, 20 mil away. So with your weight, you can just about get it to come through the top mount. It is just a case of trying to position the whole assembly in the right place, like so. So now putting my weight on it, I can just get the nut and start threading it on by hand. Once you've got so far, you'll be able to release it and then do it up properly. Now these are ready to go back in the van. So the struts are sided. Make sure you didn't get them the wrong way around. Driver's side has got one lug on the strut, and the passenger side has got an additional lug for the additional cabling. So I've put just one nut in on top mounts at the moment, just to keep them up in the vehicle. I like to tighten top mounts down when the weight of the van's back on the floor, just so everything's seated nicely. So we'll go ahead and get the hubs assembled, get all the cabling and the brake pipes re-secured, and then we'll move on to the back. And then once the back's done, wheels on, tighten the top mounts up at the end. Remember the orientation that these came out in. Some of them may be that way, but most of them will probably be this way. So you can see the spline marks are there. So we'll just go ahead and line it up. I'll get the other one lined up next before we go ahead and put the nuts on. So while we're at this stage, don't just grab the nut and try and pull it through. You will strip the thread. So you want to tap these back in with your hammer, or you may need a punch or something. For example, this. And I've found you can go through the caliper to get to the bottom one. So onto the rear now. This is a bit more straightforward. With the lowering springs, you can undo just one of the two shock bolts and then drop the arm down. Some vans have an anti-roll on the rear, some do not. This van does. So I'm going to go ahead and undo one, then undo the other, pull the springs out together, and then refit. So again, making sure that the writing is legible, so this way around, and you're reusing both top and bottom spring rubbers. And that's how you install your lowering springs on your Gen 2 Transit and the T7. As you can see, we've got a 40mm drop on the front and a 50mm drop on the rear. So it's really improved the look of the vehicle. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos. We'll keep on going with the new Gen 2 Transit and the T7.